The main opposition leader of the Democratic Republic of Congo died in Belgium more than a week ago, but the repatriation of Etienne Tshisekedi's body and the funeral have turned into a crisis between the opposition and President Joseph Kabila. Allies of the deceased opposition leader say they won't bring his body home until Kabila names a new power-sharing government. Well, to discuss this issue, let's speak now to Vava Tampa. He runs the London-based NGO called Save the Congo and is here in the Newsday studio. Vava, thank you for coming in. A lot of leaders will not know anything about this main opposition leader. So just remind us about his place in DRC politics.
Well, Tshisekedi essentially for 30 years of the 20th century fought for democracy in Congo. He established the first opposition party when opposition was illegal in Congo. And he has been prime minister 3 times. And on each time he was deposed or overthrown by the military regime of Mobutu. He has opposed Mobutu until he was overthrown by Laurent Kabila. He then was in opposition when Laurent Kabila took over the country, and then he has been in opposition since Laurent Kabila's son took over after the death of his father in 2001. In 2011, he stood for his first presidential election, and I was lucky enough to be part of that historical movement because we went on the ground as part of the EU mission to observe the election.
I mean, really an unwavering Democrat, isn't he? But
incredible.
The government in Kinshasa have said, look, we'll pay for a state funeral. He should be buried. We'll then have discussions. Do you not think it is a bit extreme for his supporters to be using the body as a bargaining chip?
No, not at all. I think we need to take into account the circumstances, how we've got to this point. Personally, I would not have liked Tshisekedi to be used as a bargaining chip. However, given everything that has happened, everything that Kabila's government, I mean, you need to bear in mind for many Congolese people, in fact, I would say for 99% of the Congolese people, Kabila is illegitimate. His government is not liked. He should have stood down in December. He's clinging to power by force. In fact, in 2011, he lost the election, but he clung to power by force. Only Mugabe came to his inauguration and essentially tells you everything we should know about Kabila's power. Now, if he's allowed to organize Tshisekedi's funeral, then he could claim some sort of national credit, if you like, and no one wants to give Kabila the ability to sort of reclaim himself on national scene.
Okay, but how do you think this is likely to end, given that he is not likely to simply give in? A lot of people have also died in political demonstrations.
Yeah.
What's the way forward?
Well, this is the major element. This is going to be the crisis for the next coming months, because Kabila remains under a lot of international pressure that he should honor the New Year's Eve peace power-sharing agreement, which essentially Etienne Tshisekedi forced him to sign to end the political crisis, which had killed over 200 people. But Kabila has been dragging his feet. Since that power-sharing deal was signed on New Year's Eve to present day, he refuses to put together a government of national unity. And so he's already under pressure for that. And because of this, if the body of Tshisekedi is not returned, that would further put local people on the ground, on the edge. So the political crisis at home could easily explode and take many lives over the next coming days.
And just as a final point, the politics aside,
yes.
Do you think there's a chance that the body of one of DRC's biggest patriots could end up actually staying in a foreign country in Belgium?
This is the irony of this element of this issue. At this point, if Kabila refuses to appoint a prime minister as Tshisekedi wanted him to, then I am willing, and there are many Congolese across the globe who would willingly put money to keep Tshisekedi's body in exile until we have a government that represents the Congolese wishes and a government that could bury and organize the burial of Etienne Tshisekedi.
Vava Tampa, thank you very much indeed. Vava runs a London-based NGO called Save the Congo.